Imagine waking up, checking your phone, and seeing a notification that says you earned $3.27 while you were sleeping. Not from your job, not from overtime, not from working late. Just money quietly showing up. At first, $3 might not feel exciting. It can't change your life. It can't pay your rent. It might not even buy your favorite coffee. But here's the strange part. For many people, that tiny amount of passive income becomes the moment everything changes. Because the first $100 in passive income doesn't just increase your money, it changes the way your brain sees how money works. And once that shift happens, building wealth stops feeling impossible and starts feeling predictable. Problem set up. Most people grow up believing there is only one way to make money. You work, you get paid, you stop working, the money stops. It feels normal, logical, obvious. So we focus on earning more hours, getting a better salary, waiting for promotions, trying to save our way to wealth. But there's a hidden problem with this approach. Your income is always limited by your time. There are only 24 hours in a day, only so much energy you can use, only so much stress you can handle. And this creates a silent financial ceiling most people never notice, because no matter how hard you work, your income resets every month. You start again from zero. This is why many people feel stuck financially even when they are working hard. They are always running on what feels like a treadmill, working, earning, spending, repeating. But wealthy people often play a slightly different game. Instead of only increasing how much they work, they slowly increase how many income sources they have working for them. And surprisingly, many of those income sources start very small, sometimes just $5 a month, sometimes just $20 a month. And often, the first real milestone is reaching $100 per month in passive income. Core explanation. At first, $100 in passive income sounds unimpressive. It won't make you rich. It won't replace your job. It won't change your lifestyle overnight. But the power of the first $100 is not about the amount. It's about proof. Because once you earn money without trading time directly for it, you realize something powerful. Money can work even when you don't. Think of it like planting a tree. The first day, it looks like nothing happened. The first week, still nothing exciting. Even after a month, the change feels small. But underground, something is happening. Roots are growing. And once roots are strong, growth speeds up. Passive income works in a similar way. The first dollar feels slow. The first $10 feels difficult. The first $100 feels like it takes forever. But after that, momentum starts to build, because the same system that created $100 can often be repeated, improved, or scaled. For example, someone creates a small digital product that earns $10 per month. They improve it, now it earns $20. They create a second product, now total income is $40. Then a third, now $70. Eventually, $100. Nothing dramatic happened overnight, just small steps repeated consistently. And here's where psychology becomes important, because most people quit before reaching $100. Why? Because humans are wired to prefer immediate results. We like fast rewards. We like visible progress. We like feeling like our effort matters quickly. But passive income often feels slow in the beginning, which makes people assume this doesn't work, this is too small, this is not worth the effort. But that thinking creates a trap, because small income streams rarely stay small if they are built correctly. They often grow quietly in the background, like interest stacking on top of interest, like small snowflakes slowly becoming a snowball. The snowball starts tiny, almost unnoticeable, but once it begins rolling, it collects more snow automatically. Momentum builds, speed increases, growth accelerates. The hardest part is often just getting the snowball moving. Think about how most people approach money. They want big results quickly. They search for big wins, big profits, big opportunities, big breakthroughs. But wealth building rarely behaves like a viral moment. It behaves more like compounding. Small inputs repeated consistently, creating larger outputs over time. The $100 passive income goal works because it is small enough to feel achievable, but big enough to feel real. It's the point where your brain stops seeing passive income as an idea and starts seeing it as a system that can grow, a system that can multiply, a system that eventually can support bigger financial goals. Because once someone earns $100 passively, they begin asking different questions. Instead of asking, how can I earn more per hour, they start asking, how can I build more assets? Assets are things that can generate income repeatedly, sometimes slowly, sometimes quietly, but often consistently. And consistency is what builds financial confidence. Confidence changes behavior. Behavior changes results, and results reinforce confidence again. This creates a positive feedback loop, a loop where progress creates motivation, and motivation creates more progress. Insight section. Here's something interesting about human psychology. We don't fully believe something works until we see evidence in our own life. Reading about passive income is not the same as experiencing it. Watching videos about wealth building is not the same as receiving your first payment. Understanding investing is not the same as seeing your first return. Belief often comes after evidence, not before. The first $100 provides that evidence. It tells your brain this is possible. And once something feels possible, it often becomes easier to repeat because uncertainty decreases, fear decreases, confusion decreases, clarity increases. Instead of guessing what might work, you now have data from your own experience. And experience is one of the most powerful teachers in financial growth. The first $100 also shifts your focus from consumption to creation. Many people spend years consuming products, buying clothes, buying gadgets, buying subscriptions, but earning passive income often requires creating something of value, something useful, something that solves a small problem or provides small convenience. And once someone creates something that generates income, they begin to see opportunities differently. Ideas start appearing everywhere. Problems start looking like possibilities. Small inefficiencies start looking like opportunities to improve systems. And over time, this mindset becomes more valuable than any single income stream because mindset influences every future decision. Practical takeaway. So what should you actually understand from the $100 passive income goal? It's not about chasing shortcuts. It's not about expecting instant success. It's not about replacing your main income quickly. It's about building momentum. Momentum reduces resistance. Momentum builds confidence. Momentum creates progress. Instead of asking, how can I make thousands passively right now? A more useful question might be, what is one small system I can build that generates even a tiny amount consistently? Consistency matters more than size in the beginning. Small streams can grow, skills can improve, systems can evolve, and most importantly, your understanding of money deepens because financial growth is not only about numbers, it's about awareness. Awareness of how money flows, how effort converts into value, how value converts into income, how income can eventually become independent from time. When income becomes less dependent on time, freedom increases, flexibility increases, options increases, and options are one of the most powerful forms of wealth. The first $100 in passive income will probably not change your lifestyle, but it can change your direction, and direction matters more than speed because many people spend years running fast in a direction that doesn't build long-term wealth. The $100 milestone is like turning onto a different road, a road where effort today can still create value tomorrow, a road where small progress continues quietly in the background, a road where momentum becomes your biggest advantage because wealth rarely arrives suddenly. It usually grows slowly, then suddenly feels obvious. Looking back, the small steps make sense, the small systems matter, the small wins compound, and often the journey towards financial independence doesn't begin with thousands. It begins with the first $100 working for you.